How y'all doing? Now I can't help but to really, really come back on here and just do what I do, you know. And there's gonna be some hidden feelings that I'm not even gonna speak upon, and just do what I do. There's gonna be some hidden feelings, you know, because how I really feel, I don't want to say how I feel, but look at this. These, they are psychos. They are cycles. Now, hopefully, this will teach folks to just understand your who, just know who your enemy is and always was. Well, today, I was listening to some great content, and it couldn't have been further from the truth. When black people are so oppressed, and I'm from the hood. I grew up. This is my life. I breathe it. I talk it. I just don't talk it, but I breathe it. I talk it. I'm from New York City, BK, the Five Boroughs International. Okay? Period. All right. Now here's the deal. I don't know this man underneath this. I don't know this African man right here per se personally, but I can only imagine the ceremony that they were doing right there on live TV. We're dealing with cycles that on a regular day, they underground, they are monarchs, they are wannabe super soldiers. And I look at how great this man looks. This wonderful African Hebrew X-Man Celestial. How strong he looked. When they turned him around, he was almost looking like the Incredible Hulk, you know. And you know something? Their dream is to kill every Incredible Hulk. But they got a long way to go. Because the number is as large as the number of the sand, you dirty pigs. Okay? Now, you've been having fun with this lately, you know. And the Beckys too. The Becky, do not leave the Beckys out. And listen, I don't care if you thumbs up me, thumbs down me. It didn't matter. I swear it would never make me feel no kind of type of way. It just, the sad part is some of you dirty motherfuckers can just know that I'm telling the truth. But because your significant other is your enemy and you love your enemy and you sleep with your enemy and you pray for your enemy, so you think that this is okay. And I hope and pray that folks do not turn this shit around, you know, and say, see, this is what crackheads in the hood do, and this is what crackheads in the hood. No, because he didn't look like no crackhead. He was perfectly fine. If you see his shoulders, they're broad. He looks very masculine. He looks very healthy. And this will come back to haunt them, to say the least. I'm not out here to love my enemy. I promise you, I will never want to ever come across anyone in that form or fashion. Under no circumstances. Now let me tell you something about me when it comes to my enemy. My enemy knows very well that I hate. I hate. There's no such thing as love. You know? 4 Minneapolis cops are fired over the death of, and that's all they get is fired. You know? Now, if you not noticed the ceremony, it was a looks like a Philippine kind of Asian guy, uh, with some crazy psycho. So this was a ceremony. I don't know about you, But they're trying to send a signal, you know. They're trying to send a signal to, like, the Chinese, Asian, and the white man, like they always plotting and scheming behind the scenes. But that's okay, because that's what we're dealing with worldwide, You get the four beasts and the last one rising, you know. Nothing new under the sun. They had to throw that shit in there. What the, look at this title. This shit don't. The best part of this title is that these motherfuckers are fired, but it still ain't enough. It's still not enough. Like, how dare you go and just put your kneecap? And you know what? People just stand there. Why are you just standing there? Because he's a police officer? What happened to cracking that motherfucker in the back of his head? Fuck that. He already did murder. He already murdered. It didn't matter, And then you got these Christian preachers. Be careful with that. They're running around here saying that no one has the right to kill the Chinese people in Zimbabwe or Africa. But it's okay. No, you get you some motherfucking guns. Okay, Africa, rise up. You're the you're the you are the lion that they fear. You know. They don't want the sleeping giant, the lion, to awake. But it is that time. It is that time, Judah. It is that time. And they know these things because they prey on you. They do X, Y, Z things to you. And they war with you. You know, uh, if you are doing videos of any uh, consciousness or awareness or spiritualness, just know that they're watching you. They're watching who is awakened and who is really sleeping. See, they know who you are just by the way you present yourself. So if you come off however you want to come off, trust me, that's how they're going to rate you. Okay? And there's different levels to this type of dumb. I mean, like, literally, because when you hear people talk about being a Christian and they fight to and fro with the bullshit and it does not add up. The first thing I ask Christians is, have you read the book? No? Huh? Okay. So you mean you want to talk about Adam and Eve and being the first and the first thing on the face of the earth and this and that and the third. And I'm like, listen, you are telling this the fairy tale. That's a fairy tale that never it does not have any intentions on ending anytime soon, I see. But one thing you have to do, and I say, you know what, whatever the case may be, I'm going to stand this. I'm going to stand this right in the face, and I'm going to say what I need to say. You know what I'm saying? Like I would tell anyone, scriptures speak for themselves. Common sense. It's either the book is sealed to you or it ain't, right? So the history and the narratives that they come up with, trying to overrate, and it's crazy because we gotta really be careful how we are being used out here indeed. Because you could be thinking you're doing something and you could be really becoming a psyop, you know? Rather, it's even, like I said, it didn't matter what side you on. It does not matter. As long as you're talking about politics, as long as you're talking about anything that can be reversed or switched or, become, a deception, oh, they'll use it. They will take pieces and bits and pieces and they will use what they need to use and they will just throw your shit the fuck back on out there. But, to say the least, now look, listen. I'm going to just be quite frank, This is not the only thing that happened severely today, We have Becky's running around here doing the most. This is not the first time I've seen a video like this. I also have a few videos that I have in my notes about these Becky's on how they be using this car right here. And this is what makes them dangerous. Even if perhaps to say you do have a significant Gentile other, and you do decide to whatever, I guarantee you, the minute you guys go left field and you do come to a fallout, I promise you, she will do you in. She will do you in. Becky will do you in just like this, and even worse, because I done seen some shit on the social media. But I digress. And the worst thing you could ever do is be accused of being a black man first, and two, beating a white girl up. A black man beating a white girl up. That is two things you just don't want to play with, because as you can see clearly that your father-in-law motherfucking boot will wind up in your motherfucking neck just like say, okay, period. Now listen, let's go ahead and watch this Becky video, if you will.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the Ramble. Please send the cops immediately. I'm in Central Park in the Ramble. I don't know.
Thank you.
Please stop. Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking pictures and calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, I'm in the Ramble, and there is a man, African American, he has a bicycle helmet. He is recording me and threatening me and my dog. There is an African American man, I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog.
And the dog bit the shit out of her, because the dog was like, you lying ass bitch. Why the fuck you out here lying? You know damn well if your ass, come on now. You know this man didn't do nothing to you. You know this man just minding his motherfucking business, but you want to be a honky. You have to have some kind of type of, you know what it is? Like I said, we're in a season where our gamma rays is too much for them. I'm telling you, I cannot make this up. They can't even be in your presence. They get crazy. They get crazy. There's something about this season 2020 with the gods waking up. They have a reaction to your presence. Now it's very important that we understand this, because we I feel so bad for the elderlies, but I'm just gonna call myself the new elderlies. You understand me? And I'm gonna pray for my sisters, because I know some way somehow that they can snap out of it. If the Most High did it for me, He could do it for you. That's what we need to be running around here talking about. If the Most High exposed Jesus to me, He should be able to expose Jesus to you. You know what I mean? Now listen, they done took the whole narrative to a whole nother level. And it's kind of funny because, when you think of the motherland, you think of all these deities, and, they just take everything. They don't care. They don't ask you. They never ask you if you want to be a slave. They never ask your ancestors if you want to be a slave. They just do whatever they want to do to you. And then they look you in your face and ask you, are you a victim? No. And not only they do that, but they also tell you, do not judge, love your enemy, pray for your enemy. No matter if your enemy is, increasing this destruction upon you. No matter if your enemy has his knee in your fucking neck, gasping for air. What the hell you done did all your life, player? What the fuck did you do? Now, some of us, we're going to be going out with a bang, because we're not going to be needed here. You know what I'm saying? Our souls will gladly be snatched from us if we do not be careful in these latter days. Now, listen, when I say, I mean careful, I mean careful. You need to be reading everything, going over notes, keeping your heart, as pure as possible, not biased, not anything. But the thing is, especially when it comes to races, right? So here's the deal with that. When history starts speaking, that is not me being racist. That is history. And it's a dying shame that history can tell a story in such type of manner. Inhumane, you know? It's not a commonality thing to become adjust to. It does not belong to your immune system. It is okay if you tell the truth. And that's the only way we can heal as a people that has been colonized, that has been dehumanized, that has been hated on, even as the diasporas, because they know if you have this seed in you, it's always all about a seed, always was. And it, many generations that went through it. They wore the saints out. Who could wear the saints out? You know, who could wear the saints out as a new beast? China is a new beast rising upon us like nobody's business. And they have a cold war brewing with America. And for some reason, this is going to be a big thing because they're gonna come for the Holy Land. Like, let's be very clear about this. All right, this land of Shem, hot and cold, is the land that Christopher Columbus had seized. And when Christopher Columbus had came with his plan all along was to seize the Holy Land. We're closer to the heavens, we're closer to the firmament, we're closer to a lot of things. They have observers all over Arizona, certain places, even as far as Utah. Because when you think of national park, that alone speaks high value. National park is a divine park that only could have been built by a different type of entity, like of a higher power, of course, you know. Don't get this twisted. And this is the land of four seasons. So, we get a lot of the four season talk. And make no mistake about this, that, this is the land of Shem, hot and cold. And, the Most High is cleaning this land up. And because of these freaking, it's just it's just so polluted. It's become a place of demons, pretty much. America is flooded with demons. And with all these different gods that came with it. It's disgusting as the Gentiles trotting over the land, you know, in pieces unto prophecy is fulfilled. So currently, they are pretty much getting ready to colonize Mars. Like I always say, Elon Musk is not done. And I guess, there's more things to come. And the fact that the Most High is in control of all of this is just so phenomenal. So with that being said, I always say, look, get ready for your next. You better be ready for the worst. At all times, be ready for the worst. And I don't know how you quite do that, but I'll tell you what. Whew, all that tracking shit, all those new tracking jobs, all these criminal police officers, all these things, your adversaries are everywhere, your monarchs, your MK controls are everywhere. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. Okay, so now will be the time to discover who you are, what you got to do, and what is your plan. Because I tell you right now, it's amazing how many people has been bamboozled into a plan. Trust the plan. What was that plan? That plan was to leave you into a pandemic. A pandemic from hella. You know what I mean? And Trump know this shit. Trump like, man, I didn't know it was this easy. I know Americans are stupid, but damn, they really are fucking stupid. And it's funny that I was reading some shit. And something, let me put that up there because that is hilarious. And I'm going to read and requote something that I thought was hilarious because it fits. It fitted at the moment. I was like, yo, this is so true. You know? So what I did was I definitely yes, and I'm glad that the whole world is waking up. Africa, black all around the world. One mind, one heart. You know what I mean? Is the only way out. The gathering is serious. I'm telling you right now. So let me go to my I thought it was hilarious. So and it reads. Oh, this is somebody else. Where is it? I hate when I okay. And it reads Donald Trump supporters. Trump is going to drain the swamp. Me. But he is the swamp. Trump supporters. Where your evidence? Trump supporters. That's fake news. Obama and Hillary, etc. Me. Where is your evidence of all these people being arrested? And if they were arrested, why would they hide that? Trump supporters. Because it's a big scheme that was being ran with the big names. Me, again. Why did they arrest these deep state and big name people and ain't nobody heard about it? Trump supporter. Because they are the cabal, like Fucci. This is a whole fucking... These are the most retarded ass talking points that I discover over and over and over and over again. And they get it from Will Johnson. Go check his stupid ass out. And so you can finally figure out where they get all these fucking myths from. And shit like that. But yeah. So wait. Trump supporter because... Oh wait, where was I? It's a scheme that was being ran by the big names. Me. Again, why did they arrest these deep state and big name people and ain't nobody heard about it? Trump supporter. Because they are the cabal like Fucci. Me. Okay. Then why a week ago Trump said he was a good man? Period though. Why? Why? That's a good damn question. Trump supporter. Fake news. But if he did it, it was not to alarm him of what's going to happen. Fucci is for vaccines. All this and the third. Like Trump ain't. Like Trump ain't. Trump specifically say he will deliver these motherfucking vaccines with military to your door, stupid motherfuckers. Fucci is for vaccines, all this and the third. Me, again, why is he calling him a great man? Trump supporter. You need to stop watching fake news. Me. So, what's not fake? No, she said me. So, what's not fake then only when it's supporting him? Oh my goodness. Trump supporter, Obama did this and that. Me. Yeah. But me. Yeah, but what about the other presidents? Trump supporter. Obama was the worst president. Me. Why? Because Trump said it. What about George Washington? All the way down to Obama. What about them? Some even had slaves that he praises. And his people. Money started back in Germany. Period. Trump supporter. That's all fake news. Me. So fake news is just when they disagree, but you screaming you going to drain a swamp, but everyone in your cabinet getting arrested and Donald Trump wouldn't be the one to spill the beans on his enemies being arrested with names and all y'all crazy. Y'all talking about a man that only take credit if it's good. A man that blamed everyone else but himself in this pandemic. Y'all running around saying it's fake, but your president saying it was a hoax, then it was dangerous and deadly. Look like someone is confused as his TUPA. Now listen, I thought this was hilarious because coming across people, and really reading, people don't even really read your statuses no more. I'm telling you right now, the only time somebody trying to read your shit is if you got some kind of type of gossip going on. But other than that, catch bitches on motherfucking bingo arguing, rolling up and fighting. Okay? That's just the way it is right now. Now listen, going back to this shit right here. This
I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the Ramble. Please send the cops immediately. I'm in Central Park in the Ramble. I don't know.
Thank you.
and the word goes to that bitch from hell right there. Bitch. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you can have your fucking Becky's. Don't have a cow on me, okay? But don't think that this is not a reflection of you, okay? When you and Becky got issues, or when you and Becky break up, Becky gonna be fucking vindictive. And I don't know how your ending gonna be, but it might be in jail like everybody motherfucking else. So you ain't fucking special. You ain't motherfucking precious. You ain't perfect to that bitch. And if you fuck around a little too hard, bitch, get the fuck on. If that bitch catch you fucking your homie, bitch, let me stop. Let me stop before I shake the internet. You know what I mean? Cause me and this mouth, I'm gonna fall back on that one. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Imagine Becky caught her black man fucking his homie Tyrone. Bitch, get the fuck on. And you know what? I'm gonna play something here that I had put here. Hold up, wait a minute. I thought it was really, really awesome to even come across this. So what is this? Hold up. Oh, here it is. Here go this scumbag. Damn, I hate commercials. I really do.
We had this conversation where I asked you what you're afraid of.
The big worry for me, I would say even a likelihood during my lifetime, is a big epidemic.
So let me ask you the reverse of it. I'm thinking 3 or 5 years into the future, beyond just a vaccine. What are you hopeful for? What do you hope for?
Well, I hope that this draws the world together. I mean, after World War II, we successfully avoided having another world war. It's a phenomenal thing. We haven't, blown off a nuclear weapon as part of a conflict. We did that by binding ourselves together through a variety of institutions, including WHO and Health.
Churchill, Roosevelt, and Stalin dedicated their nations to the foundations for permanent peace through a United Nations organization.
Here,
It felt like I was working in a war zone. They all have COVID.
this is a tragic event. Whatever good comes out of this will in no way make up for the problems that it causes. The disease got into exponential growth in a lot of Europe and the United States, and so the toll there is greater than I would have expected. We're learning about how to do testing well. A lot of countries got that right and did it very early on. I think part of it is that the minor epidemics we had really didn't hit the US. So if you look at the Asian countries that did well, places like Taiwan or South Korea, because they were hit with MERS or SARS, they had the playbook. They opened the playbook and they went through those steps. Many of them wrote down, step 1, identify all PCR machines. Step 2, get supplies for PCR machines. We haven't done that in a reasonable way today. We don't really know what's going to happen in developing countries where most of the world population lives. But unless there's some magical factor, the likelihood that the vast majority of the deaths will be there, it's harder for them to socially isolate. They need to get food. There isn't this ability to do what we've done.
That people are suffering.
There is no income, life is so hard.
it should say to us, okay, this science is important. Let's use it to avoid pandemics and for other things. The US Congress that allocates resources.
Yo, they gonna find a way to kill us. They gonna starve us. And it's fucked up how we always depending on them. You know, we gotta get this shit together. You know, they don't do nothing but feed folks poison GMO shit anyway. You know what I mean? It would be real nice, you know, if we could even like figure this thing out ASAP. That's gonna be between you and the Most High. But one thing I pray for is for folks to stop worshiping a false god, a false deity. You know, just praise the Most High Yah all alone. You know, praise the Most High Yahweh all alone, all alone, all alone, all alone, all alone. You know, Messiah came to fulfill the law, not to condemn the law. These front store pastors, you know, they take this for granted, man. And I hate the fact that people allow themselves to be deceived. Like today, when I was talking to these folks, man, but want to be so, ooh, dag, you know. And that's the crazy when you can see and you can see, and the person literally can't see, but had a testimony that they can see. She was asking me, you know, it's sad because it sounds like my sister. My sister, the same thing that happened to her happened to my sister. From one day to another, just went blind because they in Manhattan. They've been blinding the woman. There's something about what they doing to the women's. You know, something about what they doing, taking their visions or something in Manhattan. And she's been through that too. They go and they offer you surgery to try to save an eye, and they go and they take both of your eyes. So that's something that they've been doing. They've been doing that. A few people had that done to them. I knew a few people already that had been put through that in Manhattan, New York. So I'm telling you, they always want a piece of your body. They always want a piece of something of you. They always willing to exploit on you. They've been doing that. They built hospitals based on torture. Don't ever get that twisted, and that's why it's going out just like that. They built these hospitals are founded on torture, you know, and that's why everybody being tortured in that shit right now. It's a twilight zone. You got a degree. You got a degree in what? What's your degree? What are you a blueprint slave for? You know. And it's a shame how they're using the nurses and the doctors. A lot of them quit. A lot of them, they could not fathom the horror Lifetime movie from hell, Twilight Zone, that's going on in these hospitals. They say it calmed down. And the bad thing is that you have people with big platforms saying the total opposite of what needs to be shed. You know? So these nurses crying, and then these Republicans going to hospitals saying that nothing is happening. Like, where does that leave the truth? You know, because that's how it is. You know, people want to be famous. They done left your ass right there. They done set you up, man. That's why people with big platforms, be careful how they represent you. I don't care if you gotta speak louder than that person. You go ahead. You go ahead and make a bigger page. You go ahead and make a lot of pages. You go ahead and be everywhere where you need to be at that time, so you can make sure that no one steals your voice. And that is very important today and days, because they think that, and that's a problem across the globe, if you will. You know, you got African leaders and all kinds of types of leaders. Look at Venezuela, Maduro, you know, communists. They living their best life, and the citizens are eating out the garbage. Everything is happening. Everything been happening. And meanwhile, while they eating out the garbage, eating dogs, eating their pets now, right? Like Trump said. You know, you got Benjamin Satan, out a Jew, in there trying to take over the land, you know, trying to get Maduro out, you know. But here goes China, and here goes Russia, you know, putting their stuff in there, you know. And that is a big thing in these latter days. We will never see it coming, and it's going to come. It's gonna rain. It's going to rain. It's gonna rain on the people. That's what it's gonna rain on the people, and that's going to determine on you. And you know something, there's gonna be some torture for everyone, and depending on who you are, what you have done, what you represent, you have your name on your torture. If you're evil, you're conniving, if you have ranks, the higher your ranks is, the more your torture will be. You know, as many souls and things that you have eaten and harmed, innocent blood on your hands, all over your hands. You know, I don't know what that's going to be like, but I know it's not going to be a good ending, because they portray for the Most High to come with a sword. You know, and like he's just going to rapture everyone good out, and he's just going to rapture the oppressors out. You know, that's hilarious. You know, to hear your oppressor look at you and say, I'm going to be raptured after I oppress you. I don't love you. I don't give a shit about you, Negro. I don't cursed your ass out from here to West Buffalo, motherfucking London, European, all that shit. From hell, you know what I'm saying? To the lake of fire and back. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, I'ma steal your motherfucking identity. I'ma fucking tell the world you ain't shit. I'ma feed you poison. I'm doing everything. I'm gonna do everything in my willpower. Put my fucking kneecap in your neck. I'ma do everything. And at some point, you know, like, there's gonna be a snap. It's gonna be a snap. Right? Just like snap. Just like that, you know. So get ready, Celestial, because they coming, and you better be ready. You know. You better be ready. You better stop playing with these religions and get in your position. Get in your position. So to be spiritual is a power. You need it. You need it. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody tell you anything different. You're going to need this in these latter days to endure. Putting on the full armor of the Most High Yah means you have to let everything else go. Period. Period. You got to pick and choose wisely who you really, really holding on to, you know? And there's nothing else left. You can't worship yourself anymore. The internet's played out. Everybody's trying to figure what's going on. You know, they're struggling to go back to normal. What the fuck is normal? You think with a boot in your neck is normal? That's what y'all dying to go back to? Like, no. No. Now, however your faith is pumping, is where your next move, your destination lies, you know what I'm saying? However your fate for you determines, is tomorrow ain't promised for none of us. But damn, what a way to go out, you know? In broad daylight. What see, they're not hiding anymore. That was a ceremony to know that they're not hiding anymore. Okay? And at some point, when all these police officers get laid off, they ain't gonna be no more police. Ain't nobody gonna, you won't be able to call the police. You know? Get ready for that. Get ready for that. Cause it's here. You know? And that's just gonna be like something they're gonna be willing to challenge too. They're gonna really think that they're gonna have that same effect, and it's not gonna happen. One thing is for sure, you know, when you put a bunch of killers in a cage at one time, you better believe that cage finna break. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, you know, we've been conditioned so long. We've been fucked up. Obsolete. It's obsolete. You know what I mean? To the point where they got weapons. Weapons coming for us. And that, you already seen that in the video prior to what's going on. And I'm going to tell you right now, the only thing that can happen is a huge civil war, because we are already in World War III. And that civil war is getting ready to hook off any second, overlapping World War III. Meanwhile, you know, this is serious stuff. This is so serious. So, you have Bill Gates. Let's go back to this. crazy psychopath real quick.
Has been the most generous on HIV funding for the entire world. You know, it started under a Republican administration.
And to meet a severe and urgent crisis abroad tonight, I propose the emergency plan for AIDS relief.
The U.S. government has helped the health of the entire world, been a huge part of the reduction in death. And so I do think what you're seeing in this short term in terms of how the U.S. is engaging,
halt funding of the World Health Organization while a review is conducted.
it's not where we'll end up. I don't see a change in the U.S. Congress in saying, hey, in this case, not only is it humanitarian, it's about strategic relationships, and it's about making sure the disease isn't coming back into the U.S. as we participate in global commerce that we benefit immensely from. Everybody brings to the epidemic their hopes that maybe they had before, and I've always believed in global cooperation. That human ability to take a much worse situation and craft it into the institutions and the economic growth and
Yeah, the psychopath music and that shit, and it sounds bad. It sounds like these motherfuckers are psychopaths, and they speak proper. See, they don't have to use profanity. You know what I mean? They speak highly sophisticated words. You know that you already you've been uncompromised yourself with a lyric. You know, words are very, very, very crucial. Spells like a motherfucker. Okay? Spells like a motherfucker. The only thing that you can do with words is cast motherfucking spells. Okay? Now let's get this shit straight. When we sitting here and we doing the motherfucking most to ourselves, even just by not even being diligent or vigilant, you know, what does it take to go and do a little history, right? But we want to sit there, and I'm not judging them. You know, I'm not judging. I'm just sounding the alarm, a little awareness. It's just all good, you know, because that's what I do. You know, we think that we not already in World War III. We got another fucking thing coming. I just had to throw that out there just so you fucking know. This is World War III. Okay? I'll go a step further and tell you this is artificial intelligence getting ready to replicate. That shit is obsolete. That's the worst than, let me tell you something, their nuclear, artificial intelligence is worse than nuclear. Okay? And I don't know if you quite get that, right? But that is exactly what's going on. And that is going to be so out of control. But the one and only, the Most High, will see to it, because if you know where you at today, you know who's who, you know what you're doing, you know what you gotta do, then you know that you are just fulfilling your spot, your prophecy, your identity, your talent, your whatever, you know. And no matter how many times, you know, that's why, you know what? It's to live a loud life ain't worth it. To be loud and obnoxious ain't worth it, right? But sometimes, you know, when we telling the story, man, we better tell that shit good enough, you feel me? Especially when it comes to the truth, you know? Make sure you always tell that shit. Tell it with feeling. Tell it with knowledge. Tell it with power, right? I don't give a fuck how many times I come on here. You damn right I'ma use me some motherfucking defile ass profanity language. And whoever don't like it, get the fuck on. Cause I don't give a fuck. Huh? You feel me? Like, that's how I be feeling in these latter days. Like, people be thinking that this is a TV show. I am not your fucking TV show. Even if you come across this motherfucking information, it's called information. Get your information and keep it to push on. You know what I'm saying? Because that is the war. You know, there's no reason for traffic. There's no need for none of that. That's why I keep my shit spread out. You know what I mean? And it's good like that. It really is good. You know? Rather your name is whatever. You know? But one thing is for sure is that, you know, everything is always all about energy. That's what we have to remember. When you can shake through energy, that's what becoming yourself really means. And that is my cue. Because, period. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
The bridge out, taking huge afternoon, just blowing the bridge out, taking huge chunks of the roadway out with it. There's a house on the corner. It is off its foundation. All the trees that were kind of...
There it goes. There it goes.
And didn't I tell y'all about this morning, like about my crystal? So this is my crystal. My crystal right here, when I first got it, I seen New York upside down from my crystal. Check that out. How crazy is that? And that was a gift that called me on the phone. They said usually your crystals choose you and pick you. That's exactly what happened. And when my daughter went to go and send me a picture, that's exactly what I seen in my crystal, New York upside down. So I called her and I said, damn, New York is going to be upside down? She's like, Mom, it's just a crystal. I said, no, New York is going to be, something is going to trigger New York to go upside down. And you know, the one thing about New York, you know, that's the trade, you know, that's where the money, Wall Street is, you know. So once that shit is gone upside down, you can kiss the rest of the world goodbye, you know. And it be little things like that that you can actually be gifted in, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, that's my motherfucking cue. I got to go, 'cause